Hello, comrades. So, Jakarta driving today. Let's roll. Jakarta is absolutely different from Bali. This is a megapolis, a huge city. The traffic here is absolutely crazy. So now we're standing just on the crossroads, waiting for the train to pass by. And after it, we will move to Ancol Beach, one of the sightseeing places here. So, give it up. Jakarta is a marvelous city. Huge highways, overpasses, interchanges on the paved roads are mixed with narrow lines where it is barely impossible to squeeze with a car. The city, which mixes up the skyscrapers, private housing zones, and slums at the same time. Jakarta leaves rather controversial feeling from driving, which is more sweet than bitter. Cars and bikes are steered into a tropical cocktail of a strong bitter first sip and light sweet aftertaste. A glamorous city center with enormous quantity of different malls selling the same stuff everywhere is mixed with humbleness of people's life in various districts outside the center. What was rather new for me? Road interchanges on the overpasses were a bit confusing at first. Try to take the wrong pass, and without electronic maps, it would be impossible for a person who doesn't know the city to take the right route. Paved roads. From my point of view, it is rather irrational that both on the paved roads entrances do not accept the cash, and you need to buy the card somewhere else. Moreover, if the card balance is depleted, it was a quest for me to find a place to top up the card. In general, the speed is fast, roads are well maintained, and left a pleasant feeling from my journey. Traffic jams. Most of my Indonesian friends were complaining about the traffic density in Jakarta. However, jams are comparable with Beijing or Delhi during the rush hour. I tried so many times to beat my personal record set in Moscow years ago, and I was unable to beat it. Once, it took me 4 hours from Sheremetyevo Airport to Kremlin, the city center. Let's say from Sukarno-Hatta to Monas. The distance is roughly the same. I was going outside during the rush hours on purpose, and it was the same 40 minutes one way, from Sudirman to Sukarno-Hatta. Parking. It is a separate story. Most likely, you will have to take a paid parking in the city center, and it was rather difficult to find a place where to leave the car in the city. However, the prices are more than affordable. I paid no more than $1 for 2 hours parking, and free parking slots are arranged at every network store also. Style of driving. I would say that I haven't seen a lot of reckless drivers in Jakarta playing checkers on the road. The driving style in general is calmer than in Moscow and faster than in Beijing. Yeah, I saw people violating the rules, taking the dedicated lanes, and they were stopped by the traffic police, but officers do not take into account minor violations. General statements about driving in Jakarta and renting a car. If you're traveling from the European countries or the United States, Russia, China, etc., please keep in mind that Indonesia is a left-side driving country. Therefore, you need to be extra careful, follow the rules, always buckle up, and analyze the road situation. Also, you will need an international driving permit if you want to rent a car in Jakarta. Please find out how to get the permit in your local traffic police office. Moreover, Jakarta car rental companies most likely will ask you to leave a deposit for the car besides the rental payments. In my case, it was 5 million rupiah, approximately $450, which were returned when I passed the car back to the owner. Don't be afraid if the car owner will ask you to provide the copy of your passport's homepage, copy of your driving license, local and international. The owner might make a photo of you when he will pass you the car. Of course, you should not provide any payments beforehand if you're not sure if the company is reliable or you have some doubts. My recommendation is to pass the money directly to the owner when you have the car already at your disposal. Check the car scrupulously in front of the owner, take the pictures of all possible scratches and dents, also clarify whether the car is insured. I had some unpleasant situations when the owner was demanding for money after accident where I was not guilty at. Therefore, take care. The rental price also depends on the car type you would like to rent, so it is quite obvious. Also, my recommendation is to buy a transport card before you drive. I was using my Indocard from Bali, so you can go to Mandiri, Alphamarriott or Indomaret or other stores, simply find the nearest stores where the cards are available and top it up for 100,000 rupee minimum. If you travel a lot, it will be enough for 2-3 days. Also, quite important information from my point of view. As soon as the traffic is huge, the fumes are an inevitable part of local ecology, so drive with air condition on. To sum it all up, before the main conclusions, drive carefully, follow the traffic rules, do not check the capabilities of the car, do not play checkers on the road, and analyze the possible development of the situations. Okay, driving in Jakarta, pluses and minuses. Number 1. Plus. Broad road infrastructure, roads are well maintained, excellent selection of routes and possible detours, roads are convenient, easy to make a U-turn. Minuses for novice driver. Tricky routes, easy to take the wrong turn on the overpass, not obvious infographics for navigation without electronic maps, quite easy to get lost in the city, narrow lanes which are not suitable for the cars, and a lot of paved roads. Number 2. Plus, a lot of paid parking areas. Areas are huge and it is easy to lose a car there, so what I did once. Minus, almost no free parking areas in the city center, and it is quite hard to find free parking areas outside the stores or shopping malls. Number 3. Plus, driving style is not as reckless as many drivers can expect. Minus, it is not safe for novice drivers, so extra experience needed. And number 4. Plus, traffic jams are huge as in every megapolis, but manageable, you need to be patient. Minus, unpredictable behavior of the drivers in the jam, which are the result of mistakes from my point of view in traffic management more than in the style of driving. Leave the comments below this video about my evaluations on driving in Jakarta. Alright, comrades, we arrived to Ancol Beach. What is Jakarta driving? You saw, from my point of view, you saw just a small part of it. Is it safe? I cannot say this. If you don't have enough experience in driving a car, I would not recommend you to rent a car here and start driving. Better start with Bali. But I think it's enough for today, so put like, subscribe, or whatever bloggers say. No pass around, comrades. Enemy shall not pass. Victory will be ours.